Connor and Eleanor are a young couple living in New York. But a tragic event changes their world.
We'll never get to where we were.
Where was that?
Someplace good.
When Eleanor goes to live with her parents, the two struggle to move on in The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, Them.
Hi, I'm Brenna, here with Kevin and Aaron to talk about the new movie, The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. We've all just seen it. Kevin, how about you start us off?
I liked this movie.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people probably won't like this movie because it's kind of slow. People might not know that there's actually 3 movies. There's one called Him, one called Her. It's the same story told 2 different perspectives. And then this one's actually subtitled Them, and it's a combination of those 2 films kind of mixed together and shortened. I found it really compelling. Not a lot happens, but I think a lot emotionally happens.
Yeah, I think the way I describe this is it's slow, it's long, and nothing happens. And
But
I think
a lot happens.
I mean,
It does.
But
And I don't
it
really
also,
like
a lot of it
movies like
feels
that.
unnecessary because it is so long. The Them version is still 2 hours long, and then to get the full effect of it, you have to watch Him, Her, which is
208 minutes.
208 minutes over 3 hours long.
Yeah!
And it's just like, how much are you going to show me? How much more is there to see? The combination of the 2 is unbalanced.
It was.
Because
Well, it was like 30% him and 70% her.
yeah, because they treat them both like main characters, but they spend more time with Jessica Chastain's character, so James McAvoy's character is slighted.
I honestly don't think the storytelling is its strongest point because it does this thing, writer-director Ned Benson does this thing where he
That I hate.
peppers out information so you very slowly throughout the film find out what it is that actually has made this couple drift apart.
Which I find to be a very annoying technique, because we're sitting there, we're watching, we know nothing, and stuff's happening, and we're like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And they slowly give us more information. There's a scene where like James McAvoy is stalking her, and they're playing this really sort of this romantic music while he's stalking her, and you're like, is he okay with doing this? Is he being a dick for doing this? Because you don't know why they're not together anymore.
There was a point where I wondered if the whole thing was planned, and it was kind of like a game to them to, make their relationship better. Right at the very beginning, I thought that because I was like, "What is going on?"
Because the way it starts.
Well,
Right.
this plot device or the way that the plot unfolds, that wasn't the most effective part of the movie for me. I just liked watching the characters, sitting with them. The thing I really enjoyed is that the dialogue was all behind the beat. It was all very slow. There was lots of space in between the lines, which doesn't happen very often.
You coming?
Yeah. Where are we?
Someplace good.
You get to see how they're feeling, how the characters are feeling on their faces. So it's actually like, you're having a visual experience with this visual medium. You're not just listening to people talk. You're hearing them say things that are a little cliche sometimes, but I can see it. I can
think the
feel
cliche
it.
serves it, though. I think that the cliche is being said in a way that people say cliches in real life.
And I agree with
There's
that
realism
because
to it.
there's a couple times where I was like, but then I realized that's how people talk, and that's how people try to help each other. They come up with these cliche statements to try to make somebody feel better. Like the dad said, that.
When you see a shooting star, it's really quick, but you're glad you saw it.
But at least James
Yeah.
McAvoy was like, that's really dumb.
Yeah.
It kind of masquerades as a romance and doesn't. It very occasionally manifests that
Right.
idea.
It was depressing.
And the rest of the night, I was definitely like, ugh.
I didn't actually find it to be much of a downer. I thought it had a rather hopeful ending.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, the ending was definitely.
But I mean, you kind of go through kind of the ringer.
Maybe because I
what it
didn't
was.
really identify with the characters so much, I didn't really care.
Yeah, that would probably have something to do
See,
with
but
it.
I feel like I did only because you were saying there's so much space in between and you see a lot on their face. It gave me time to kind of sit with it and say, what would I do in this situation?
Yeah.
How would I handle this?
I agree. That's what that space allows you to do. Not to mention the fact that Chastain and McAvoy, I think, are simply incredible in
They're
this
so good.
movie. I mean, absolutely amazing.
And then when the time is right, like when the maitre d's not looking, you meet me down the street.
I really really enjoyed Jessica Chastain and James McAvoy here. They played off each other. The chemistry was great. But I found all the ancillary characters to be far more entertaining. I wanted to know more about Viola Davis's character. I wanted to know more about even Jessica Chastain's mother. She was an interesting character, this French woman who's constantly drinking wine.
I mean, I think if you like really good acting and if you like sitting with characters, and it's for that type of person who kind of just likes to sit and watch and experience rather than have to be constantly propelled forward.
Sure. This is a very strong debut from writer-director Ned Benson. It's not a feel-good movie, but it is a see it.
This is an unremarkable movie with some heartfelt moments and good performances, but it'll disappear from your memory before long. Stream it.
This certainly isn't a movie for everybody, but for people who like intimate studies of relationships and terrific performances, I think you can disappear into this. So I'm going to say, see it.
So our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a see it for The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, them.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. All the lonely people.
What's happening right now?